What is up, everybody? How's it going? Dry here, and welcome back to another episode of American Truck Heavy Haulers. Today we are going to be leaving out of SoCan, where we are right now, headed down all the way through Washington to the other side near the coast towards Seattle. We have a load of train axles that we're getting ready to leave and go pick up, but real quickly, we were in the parking lot. We just got done taking a rest and getting ready to go, and I figured before we left, I'll let you guys know what we've done to the truck to make things a little bit different. So as you can see, completely different from the last episode that we just uploaded. We changed the paint job again. We got rid of some mirrors and we actually upgraded the engine. We went from a 510 horsepower motor and made the 90 horsepower bump up to 600. We got the Cummins in here as well, so it sounds fantastic. And real quickly, we'll hop up into the cab, show you guys what I'm talking about. We got rid of some of the mirrors that were on the front here, as well as the little circle mirror right below our rectangular one right there, simply because they do seem to mess with your frames a little bit more since you're having to render. See, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 extra mirrors that we'd have to be rendering. So we went ahead, got rid of that, improved on frames a little bit more. But without further ado, thank you for clicking on today's video. Like I said, we're going to be headed all the way over to Seattle, and just so that way you guys can hear the new engine, we'll go ahead and crank this bad boy up from the outside, let you guys hear it. So I'm loving it. I've been having a lot of fun with this game, and so we're going to go ahead and head on over to where we need to pick up our load from, and we'll get back in touch with you guys once we get there. All right, so we're getting ready to pull up into the train yard here. It actually looks like a pretty cool place. I think I've been to a place similar like this before, but one thing I've realized on the way here is that with this new engine that we have to 100% watch out how fast we are going, because 600 horsepower compared to the 510 that we are originally rocking with is a completely different change. But yeah, once you get on it, it's gone. So here we are pulling up into Metal West here, pick up a load of some train axles. I believe that's what we're here for. All right, let's double check here. Let's check the freight market. This is what we have. We also have a few more things going on here as well. And wow, I really didn't pay attention to it being $5,000. So I'm gonna be completely upfront with you guys. There was a load for like $80,000, right? And I was tempted to take it, but the only difference is it was a 26-hour trip. It was all the way up from Idaho, where we are right now, all the way down to the very bottom of New Mexico. And I debated about doing that, and originally that's what we're gonna do, but I'm not too sure if I'm gonna have enough time. And plus, it's gonna be a massive file. I do want to do it, but I'm not too sure if we're gonna have enough time right now. We're gonna go ahead and do this one. Who knows, we might catch up with a heavy long haul in the next episode, but this one's 5 hours and 57 minutes, so right there is 6 hours. We'll go ahead and take this bad boy here, because this is something that we have yet to haul right off the bat here. You can see how this thing just wants to go once you get onto it. I am playing with the Xbox controller, so it is a little bit different. We got the markers right over there to pick it up. It is a little bit different. You can control your speed pretty well, but at the same time, you can't just jam on it. So we'll go ahead and hit a U-turn in this parking lot right here. Shouldn't be too hard. I still have yet to mess with the configurations as far as upgrading my sensitivity on this controller yet, because honestly, I'm not too sure how that's gonna mess with it. I've been doing a lot of riding the past few days, IRL on the motorcycle. So today is the first morning that we actually have a little bit of free time, since I previously recorded the last episode to actually play this a little bit more. So we're going to be spending some time today doing this. I do have to go and cut the grass. Got to do those adulting things. Back this bad boy up in here. Should be a good fit. I actually didn't mean to hit it. I didn't think I was that close to it. And before we'll go ahead and check the GPS just to make sure everything is good. So 306 miles total, 5 hours and 57 minutes. That is once again going to take us all the way up from SoCan, where we are right now, all the way through Washington State, which is going to be a good view, and then up into Seattle, which is where we originally started off from. So we have not been back to Seattle since we started playing the game, but we'll go ahead and take off and get on our merry way here. And hopefully, this is the first haul with the new engine. Hopefully it's not too overbearing and we get a bunch of speeding tickets and stuff from it. But now that we have a trailer on here, we should be good. And I wasn't thinking about having the trailer there. Luckily, we didn't hit anything. So like I said, the past few days, haven't had too much time to really hop on the game to do anything. I've been trying to get a lot of stuff taken care of. I do start a new job on the 25th, so I had a lot of of stuff with that to get done. Had to go for a drug test Monday, and the weather has been absolutely fantastic the past few days. So I spent all day yesterday riding the motorcycle, put in a few miles on it, and ended up leaving and met my wife at a Walmart. Then we went to Harris Teeter because they didn't have things, trying to get stuff ready for Easter coming up here in a few days, as well as my birthday is in a few days as well on 4/20. So we've got a busy week this weekend and another busy week next week that we're gonna try to get taken care of. But we got this morning, I woke up fairly early this morning, figured, you know what, let's go ahead, hop on the game, get a little bit of recording done and go with it and see what happens. One thing I've been trying to do is I've been trying to look up a few different mods that I could throw on this, so that way maybe make the game sound a little bit better. But I found one on Steam. Doesn't seem to be doing that bad. It actually sounds pretty good. And once we threw the cat engine on here, as well as a little bit of a test before we ended up putting the Cummins back on, it sounded fairly good as well. But I believe I'm enjoying the Cummins a little bit more than the Cats. The Cat, I put the 700 horsepower Cat engine on here, and that was almost, it basically turned this 18-wheeler into a drag car, or into a drag truck. It was a little bit overbearing. With the controller that I have, I mean, it would have been a lot of fun if I just didn't care and we weren't trying to take this a little bit, you know, kind of like a simulation and stuff. Then it'd been a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do something with that in the future. Back to playing the game. I've missed playing it. I've spent the past, you know, like I said, 3 days out doing a few different things, and now that we get to go back through Washington, I was playing this, you know, from the start. I started off in Seattle, Washington, just to try out a different state, and spent a lot of time, maybe the first 2 hours of me playing through Washington, but this is before I started recording. And then the past 2 weeks we've been exploring. We've been all the way down through California, Nevada, New Mexico, obviously up through Colorado where we have our other garage at, and you really kind of take away, you know, again, like just how nice Washington is, Washington and Idaho. I'm actually not too sure if we've actually made it to Washington yet. So a lot of new stuff coming from SES Software, posting especially a lot of stuff with Montana coming out. We got a few screenshots. I can't remember the name of the place that they posted about. We got a few new screenshots, and also we have, you know, of course, Texas coming out as well. What I want to know from you guys is, which state do you want to see first, or would you just rather them both come out at the same time? If it was me going for it, Montana, of course, is going to be a very beautiful state, but just because of the size of Texas, looking forward to see how that is, how actually, you know, really kind of how long it's going to take, maybe from in-game time to drive from the tip of the state all the way down to the bottom. So that's one thing I'd be looking forward to. I would rather Texas come out first and maybe get Montana a few days later, so that way we can get some exploring done. But let me know down in the comments below. Hopefully it's not going to be too much longer before we get to see either one of those states. But we decided to go through and change the paint job that we had on the truck. I really wouldn't fill in the gray. I decided to go with a little bit of a black and brown, kind of give it a little bit of a mean look. So far, I've been really enjoying it a lot more. And as you can see, we've got the white Kenworth steering wheel in here as well. So really been enjoying the look of the truck that we have now. And that's pretty dope right there. Get back onto my side of the road before we cause an accident. We actually did that earlier. We were on the way, and it's currently like 8:30 my time. I've had enough time to wake up, take a shower, and then we instantly got on the PC to start recording this and trying to have a little bit of fun. So as I was getting everything set up and heading on over towards the gas station to start the video, I was going onto the interstate, and other than getting on the entrance, ended up hopping on the interstate on the exit, and we about completely messed this truck up. So we had to go find a repair station, get everything else set up, and then start recording. One thing I try to do, even though we are on a controller, I like playing as close to realistic as I can. A lot of times it doesn't happen. We do the reverse in third person. You know, that comes with practice. Look at this view, man. I don't know if I've ever like really taken Washington and Idaho as serious as what I have. I know I fell in love with Colorado. We've been through Colorado now a few times. Still, even though with, you know, how nice of a place Idaho and Washington is, Colorado is, in my opinion, the best looking state in the game. But like I said, we're starting a new job on the 25th, and so I figured we go ahead and start recording as much as we can up until then, try to get a few videos edited. And I'm not too sure if you guys watched the previous episode of American Truck Heavy Haulers. There will be a link at the end of this video that you guys can check out to go back to it if you by chance missed it. But let me know if you guys are watching this and you made it this far into the video. Let me know how you guys are liking the editing, what you guys would like to see. Feel free to leave some constructive criticism on what you guys would like to see change, because this is the first time for me editing a video of this sort, more of like a realistic simulator. I know I do a lot of, you know, cuts and stuff throughout the video, just so that way we can continue with the talking and there's really no dry bits. But if you guys would like to see something different, if you guys would like me to do something different, let me know in the comments below. But as I was going back to, we do start a new job, or I start a new job on the 25th of this month, so we have about 2 weeks left to go. A little less than 2 weeks actually. We'll be working swing shift for those who don't know what swing shift is, or if maybe there's different versions of swing shift, which I'm sure there is. My schedule will be basically working 5 days one week and then 2 days the next week. So it's gonna kind of cut down on obviously how much I can play this game, how much I can get on the PC, you know, in general. So what I'm gonna try to do is getting a new upload schedule going on, which we are going to be starting either with this video or the next one. And so the way I've been thinking about doing it is every other day, doing a Monday, Tuesday, or excuse me, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then potentially Sunday again, or just leaving it with 3 videos a week. I would like to do 4, so we might do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then try our best to get a video out for that Sunday, and then restart again Monday. But we'll see what it goes. That's going to potentially most likely be the upload schedule on this channel. So far in the series, we spent a lot of money on this truck. We've done a few refunds, everything else. We've actually probably in the hole on this truck so far. So we need to start doing a few grinds and get a few days out of the way with this truck and try to make a little bit of money back. Because the next thing I want to do is potentially buy a new truck and then get a third driver, which so far that hasn't seemed to be the most profitable thing to do. But I want to either buy a new truck and get a new driver, or go the route of getting a trailer. I originally, before I started doing this, I had a trailer, but I ended up having a few issues with the relocate and everything else. So I ended up just going ahead and selling it, and that's where I bought the other truck that I have, which we have my man Jersey driving. And so far he's started off, I think, making $500 a day, and now he's doubled it to, I'm getting an average of like $1,200 to $300, or $1,200 to $1,300 from this guy every day. So he's improving a little bit. I know once you start off, you don't have the best choice of employees that you can get, and the whole point of this entire series really is just to make this trucking empire as big as what we can get and hauling some of the biggest things that we can. We're taking a little bit of a break from the big hauls today and kind of just carrying these train axles that we have here, but I want to do something a little bit different, and it looks like we got actually pretty dope looking bridge up ahead. We're gonna have to check that out. I have yet to I don't believe I've driven over this bridge yet. 60 miles an hour. I was about to say let's check the speed limit. I feel like I'm going a little bit too fast here, but this looks too a little bit dope. One thing I haven't seen yet either is I might be San Francisco. Okay, I'm thinking of a completely different place here. I was thinking of the San Francisco Bridge or wherever that is. I'm not geographically intelligent, so we're gonna have to excuse that from me for a little bit. Nice little rest stop down there. Fortunately, we can't go to it. So like I said, Monday I did have a drug test I had to go do, which isn't a big deal, right? You know, drug tests, unless you're you know, doing things that you shouldn't be doing, or things that isn't quite legal yet in the United States for every state, then there's usually no reason to stress getting a drug test. With this new job that I'm starting, you have to wear respirators, everything else and stuff, and they wanted me to get a complete physical done. So I haven't had a physical since high school, and during high school, you know, we never had to do the cough test. If you're older or you're a guy or, you know, whatever, you know what I mean when I say the cough test. And so I went into the doctor's office, ended up getting, you know, my eyes, my ears, everything else, all that kind of stuff checked. Got my fever checked, got on the scale, ended up taking my height and everything and stuff. I originally thought that I was like 5'11". I was told back in high school that I was 5'11". I got my height checked. I was 5'9". Now, if you're listening to this video right now, you think that is, dude, you are unattractive. That is horrible. And I agree. That it honestly belittled me there. I was already starting off to a bad start. You know, this is 5 minutes into the back, and I've been, you know, drinking water since 1 o'clock, and this already, you know, 3:30 at this point. I'm like, dude, I gotta go use the bathroom. Can we just go ahead and get the drug test and stuff underway? And the reason that they don't do it is just in case you have anything like you know, fake liquids that you're going to use to pass the drug test or whatever. They make you wait, you know, until the very last minute to do your drug test, just in case you have any of that, and it's going to throw everything off, and, you know, you're going to get caught doing it. But either way, so I'm doing my eye test, and then right after that, the nurse takes me to the room, and I'm like, dude, thank God. I'm stressing, thinking that I'm going to have to do the cough test. And the nurse takes me into this room, and she's like, okay, Mr. Jason, sit here, and the doctor will be here in just a minute. And at that point, I'm like, dude, no. Because I know what's going to happen. He comes in there, he checks my eyes, he checks my reflexes, all that kind of stuff. He's going over my history, making sure that I haven't been around chemicals that I shouldn't have been. I used to do welding and pipe fitting back in the day, so we're talking about the dust and everything else. And then he's like, all right, Mr. Jason, you can stand up now. Can you tiptoe across the room for me? I'm like, sure, man, no problem. I can do that. He's like, all right, can you walk on your heels all the way back across the room? I'm like, yeah, no problem. And as time as I get done doing the heel test, he's like, okay, hey, can you go ahead and drop your pants for me? And when I tell you that I've never been so scared to do anything in my life, and some of you guys might be listening to this right now, or some of you guys, some of you females, you might be listening to this right now. You're like, this is a normal thing. Like, doctors, they're not going to discriminate. They're not going to be, you know, weird about it and stuff. It's their profession. And you're completely right. You know, he was cool about it. There wasn't a weird feeling, or it was very weird, but there wasn't a time where he made things any weirder than what they needed to be. But coming from someone who this is the first time that this has happened, it was a little bit of a traumatic experience for me. So finally he gets done, he taps me on the shoulder and stuff, and he's like, all right, you know, you can go in there and sit, take your drug test. And I'm just thankful that I can now finally let go and use the bathroom that I've been waiting for the entire day. And once we get done, I leave, I instantly call my wife, and I'm like, the first thing I tell her is like, you know, babe, Madison, I have been completely violated. I feel horrible. I feel almost ashamed of myself at this point. But I don't know the point of the story that we're getting to. That happened to me. It was a very traumatic experience, and I don't know how to hopefully it's a long time for I have to take a physical again. It was the first one that I've had since like literally high school. I've not been to the ER, the doctor, nothing since high school. I know it's horrible. I'll be 25 in a few days. I know that's not a good thing, but you know, at least we got the physical. But look, check this place out right here, dude. This place is honestly pretty dope. I know I keep swerving off the road there a little bit, but this place, I am digging this little bridge, and up through here, obviously we're up in Washington right now. I'm enjoying the mountains. Obviously we got the pine trees sticking up through here. I believe they're pine trees, and then all the canyons and stuff throughout. That's pretty dope. I cannot stay on the road today. I apologize. I don't know if it's just because it's so early in the morning and I need to like physically do something, but I cannot stay on the road today. And I realized just now too, we have been following this cement truck now for quite a while, and I am not going to pass either. I think me and him have become dedicated to finish both of our loads together. That does not sound right at all, but me and him are going to finish our jobs together and head through here. We'll get a sign here just to see where we're at. I don't think that he liked that either, and he's taking the exit. That's my bad, dude. You should really, the AI in this game, just to merge over, they will slam on the brakes. So we're getting close to Renton right now. I'm not too sure how much further we have to go. It's a 5-hour, almost 6-hour trip, so we probably still have a little bit left. So what I'm gonna do is quit talking a minute, but for you guys it's gonna be instantly, and I'll catch up with you guys when we get a little bit closer. I just literally said I was gonna catch up with you guys in just a second, but I checked the time just to see how much further we had to go, and we are literally 20 minutes away. That was the fastest 6-hour trip I believe that I have ever done. I went and checked because I was like, this is a very short load. I was gonna go and, you know, maybe look for another one and go ahead and do 2 of them for this episode, but we are currently 26 minutes into the recording, and I figured, you know what, you guys definitely heard me talk enough. You probably don't want to hear me talk anymore. But we're getting close here to the end. I had a lot of stuff to talk about in this video. Normally we try to keep it a little bit, you know, kind of closer to what's happening in the game. And speaking of games, if you guys didn't see my Truck World Australia video, it actually did a lot better than what I originally thought it was going to be. I know 180 something views isn't that much for YouTube, but for a new channel just starting off, it did a lot better than what I originally thought that the video was going to do. So we are in Seattle right now. We have these nice intersections, these nice exits off of the interstate, which I love about Seattle and the big cities. It kind of really immerses you a little bit more into the game. But if you guys didn't see my Truck World Australia video, wait till the end here just a minute. You guys can check it out there, because that is a game that I am thoroughly looking forward to. One thing I want to try to get is a brand new PC for when that comes out. I know the quality for these videos and stuff, I try to, what I can't give you guys in quality, I try to give in editing. At least I try my best to. I know I'm not the best editor, but I try to put a little bit of effort into these videos. I can't make the quality as good as what I want to. So hopefully before Truck World Australia comes out, we'll be able to get a brand new PC. And I believe that we are going to get off right here. There we go. So I believe it's not that train yard to the right. That's actually a junkyard. We got it up here to the left. We're going to be dropping this off. And I think that I've definitely been here before. There are these kind of drop-off points all over this game, and I cannot tell. I think it's his first turn. Yes, this is his first turn right here. So there's these places like this all over this game. One thing I wish that would change a little bit and maybe future updates, and I'm not too sure if there's mods for it or not, but is like maybe changing this game a little bit differently so some of the drop-off points look different. And I am so sorry for hogging up this red light right here. Hopefully no one comes, we'll have enough time to get out the way. All right, we'll go ahead and pull up in here. So if you guys don't know, I do have my setting turned on to where I only get the hard drop-off points. So we're gonna go ahead and go to where we need to be at, all the way back up in here. Hopefully you don't hit that trailer there. I'm telling you one thing, man, I really cannot drive today. That is one thing I've noticed. There was one point at the very start of this video, I was like, all right, dude, we need to stop. We need to go outside and do something real fast, then come back in and play. Because I'm not too sure for you guys who use controller or not, but when you first wake up in the morning, sometimes your hands don't really want to do what they're supposed to do for you. Don't think that we're missing this place yet. We should be good. But sometimes you go outside and do something, and then that's whenever you start, you know, you feel a little bit more comfortable. You actually got a no, that's that train over there. We should be good to cross over here. And of course, we have ourselves a little bit of a tricky part job to do. Maybe we'll get lucky and be able to do it first try. So as I said, I try to keep things realistic, but one thing that I don't do in this game yet is back up in third person, or is back up in first person. We'll see if we can't swing this bad boy in here first try. I don't think we're going to be able to, though. So it looks like we're already a little bit... Yeah, we're definitely too sharp right off the bat here. So let's try this here. See if we can't pull up. All right, that's not going to work. That is not going to work. I am messing this all up. We just drove 6 hours and I'm gonna screw this whole thing up here. JK, we're gonna get it this time. Hopefully we don't run into the train again. This is the one. This is it. This is not it. This is 110% not it, dude. I'm right back where I started. So finally I got this thing remotely closed here. I have had the hardest time backing this trailer up for some reason, and this is like really one of the simple ones, but it looks like we got it this time though. Thankfully, thank God. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry about that. I'm not too sure what happened. We'll go ahead and click Y to get this thing going here, and we'll check it out. So 308 miles took us 5 hours and 48 minutes, actually a little bit less than what originally was predicted, and I don't think that we went over the speed limit at all. We also just leveled up as well. Let's go ahead and let's get our fragile cargo. You guys can see we haven't even messed with just-in-time delivery or fuel economy. Fuel economy I'm really not that worried about, because honestly I like it whenever we burn a little bit more fuel and stuff, just so that kind of we keep it on the realistic side. I mean, I can't speak too much because I'm not 100% too sure what we do. So yeah, fuel save while driving. But thank you guys very much for watching this episode. We bounced all over the place today, and if you stuck through and you made it to the end, thank you very much. Make sure that if you guys are new to the channel and you want to see more videos like this, maybe even think about hitting the subscribe button. But until the next video, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you then.